What is going on, guys? I hope nobody was too offended or offended at all at my previous videos, just some of my thoughts, but I thought that I would follow it up with this video. This is going to be 10 things, my top 10 things that I love about the Pokemon community. Now, it's, again, I will reiterate, just in my previous video, this is my top 10. It doesn't have to be your top 10. It doesn't even have to align with the things that you like about the Pokemon community. This is just my personal top 10. So without further ado, let's get into number 10. I like the Pokemon community because generally it's kid friendly. Like eventually, you know, when my daughter starts wanting to watch YouTube videos, she can watch some of my own videos. She can watch a bunch of different content creators because generally on the whole, you know, it's kid-friendly content, family-friendly content. Now, kid-friendly is a little specific, but generally it's safe, and it makes me happy that anyone who is anyone can hop into a Pokemon-related video, and generally, I would say 8 times out of 10, it's going to be safe for everyone to watch. So that's my number 10. Number 9. Every generation is represented. You don't have to be a longtime fan. You don't have to only like certain games. Generally, every generation is represented with the advent of ROM hacks and challenges and stuff like that. Everybody has come into Pokemon at a different point in time, and I really like the fact that that is represented in the personalities that we see in the Pokemon community. There's no, well, I mean there are, but this is a positive thing. There's not really anyone who is, you know, generation exclusive or anything like that. You might like different stuff, but overall, every generation of the games is represented in some way or another, and I really like that, and it's not just focused on the newest game. So that's my number 9. Which brings me to number 8. There's something out there for everyone. There are people shiny hunting, there are people doing Let's Play series, there are people doing these ridiculous challenges. You know, like them or hate them, there is content out there for everyone. There's information Pokemon YouTubers, there's people who exclusively shiny hunt, who do trades, who do battles, who, you know, do VGC or do Showdown. There is content out there for all aspects of the community, and there's a big YouTuber at the forefront of pretty much all aspects of the Pokemon community. And Pokemon Go. Let's not forget Pokemon Go. But generally, you know, my number 8, there's something out there for everyone. Moving on to number 7. The regular community is generally very welcoming. And I mean regular community, I don't mean like consistent content creators. I mean like viewers and people who just participate and comment on videos. This one came to mind recently because I recently just lost all of my data for Pokemon Shield. Fortunately, I still have the data from Pokemon Sword, but I was way further behind than I was in Shield, and everybody in the video and in the streams was like, hey, I got you if you need anything, if you want me to breed you some stuff. Even my personal friends and people on Twitter and stuff like that, everyone is so like, hey, not a big deal, we can fix this, and willing to help. And you know, I don't really know these people all that well, you know, like personally, and I just, the Pokemon community in general, aside from things that I covered in my previous video, is generally welcoming and accepting, and is generally all on the same page when it comes to some stuff. But yeah, that's my number 7. Number 6, and this is more of a technical thing, but it's something that I find very valuable, and it is you can easily find information you need. If you want to know, you know, look at Austin John. You know, some people might not think he's part of the Pokemon community, but he made an entire Curry Dex video. There's people who tell you exactly how to shiny hunt, all the battle items, all of this, all of that, how to get to level 100 the fastest. Part of that is because a lot of the times, negative or positive, it's a race to get out the most relevant information first, or the fastest, or whatever, and that sort of promotes an atmosphere of everyone covering all areas of everything. I'm sure I put out some Pokemon Quest guides on the Power Stones. People have put out, the best, what was that? Pokemon Duel, God rest its soul, but there were videos on that. And information in the Pokemon community is so widespread that it's easy to find exactly what you want, basically whenever you want it. And for someone like me who consumes content the way that I do, if I'm not watching some really, really long abstract video, it's usually I'm looking for some specific information on YouTube. So I really appreciate that about the Pokemon community. Which brings me to number 5. Most of the database guys are really active in the Pokemon community. People like Joe Merrick from Cerebi, the people that run Bulbapedia, and even all the hacker people, guys, like the people that make ROM hacks and Cathotics, and a whole bunch of people are really active in the community that they are producing information for, and that's really cool because a lot of the times you don't see that. I just off the top, the people who make like frame data for fighting games might just do that and like not interact with anyone or not make any content. But a lot of I'll just cover them as like database guys, are actually like really, fairly involved and talkative in the Pokemon community. And I really like that because, where else are you gonna find that? I think it's really, really cool, and it's a big selling point to the Pokemon community, at least for me. Number 4 is there are amazing content creators, no matter the channel size. It goes back to what I was saying in number 8, there's something for everyone, every generation is represented. Number 9, I feel like in all aspects of the game, there are amazing content creators. There are people that are really, really good at competitive. There are people that are amazingly lucky and full of hype moments from shiny hunting. There's people, offering to help people out in Pokemon Go and all sorts of stuff. Like, I know it seems kind of shallow just to say, oh, there's great, but there really are amazing content creators. And you don't really, at least for me, you don't really see the level of commitment in other communities that I've been a part of, especially the Pokemon YouTubers that also do other things, because in order to put out daily content, you have to have a backlog, and a lot of the stuff that Pokemon content creators do involves a lot of making everything really stylistic and flashy and look professional and look really nice. And in order to do all of that and, have daily content and make it good and entertaining, I just think there's a lot of amazing content creators in the Pokemon community, not as opposed to other communities, but I think they really stand out apart from other communities. Which brings me to number 3. Everyone is so cool and creative, like in terms of music or artwork or GFX and like doing commissions for other people. People like Glitch City and even Alfie Kane, although he's not technically, entrenched in the Pokemon community. But people like Game Boy Luke giving out, CSS, stream boss, custom stream bosses for people, and people like Spectre who come out with amazing streams and amazing stream overlays and alerts and stuff like that. People like Callum, and I don't know, I think everyone, in addition to the content creators being amazing, it seems like in the Pokemon community, more so than other communities, and this is just my little bubble, but more so than any other communities, there seems to be like a well of creativity and really cool stuff that spans, runs the gamut from all the way over here to all the way over here. And I really like that about the Pokemon community. I know that I talk some trash about everybody looking the same, but there are people that don't look the same at all, and they're generally really creative when it comes to how they present things, the projects they decide to create, and collaboration as a whole. So that's my number 3. Number 2 obviously it's one of my favorite things about the Pokemon community. That was dumb. But the crossovers are insane. Chances are, if you are actively in the Pokemon community and watching Pokemon content creators and watching people's streams and stuff like that, chances are a big Pokemon content creator that you really love. And while it may have been a negative in my previous video, it actually is you know, sort of a positive in this video, because the collabs and the crossovers, some things, like especially on some of A-Drive streams, it's like freaking Infinity War. Like random people you never thought would collab are collabing, and it's like, oh my god, no way, what? Best team up ever. And that's one of the things that, although at some points, blah, 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 I'm not gonna stay negative in this video. That's for the other top 10 list. But some of the crossovers that happen in the Pokemon community are really amazing, especially considering the wide variety of personalities that there are. There really are a wide range of personalities and styles and everything like that. And depending on which crossover you're watching, whether it's like a free-for-all or a versus or, you know, a stream or, you know, whatever, it gets pretty hype, and it's one of the reasons why I keep coming back to watch Pokemon content. So that's my number 2. Number 1, and I think it's the most important, it's what I love so much about the Tekken community, as well as other spaces in the FGC. Most large content creators, even if not necessarily in sub count, but, you know, in fame or infamy or whatever, are really down to earth and friendly. I have a collab with Hoodlum Callum on my channel. Yeah. What? You know what I mean? There was a point where before Sword and Shield, I wanted to do this collab with people, just get like these sound bites and stuff like that. It never ended up happening because everyone was too busy, of course. It was kind of foolish of me to try and reach out to them, of course, because they're the ones putting out daily content. So already they're busy. It's not like just because, you know, I'm not doing anything. They're probably constantly working and recording and editing videos and stuff like that. But they responded. Birdkeeper Toby responded to me. A lot of people responded back to me when I reached out to them. Duncan and Callum and Game Boy Luke, I think. I don't remember who else I sent basically emails to saying, hey, I want to do this thing. It would only be a short portion of your time. It'd just be a voice, like a voiceover thing. It shouldn't be more than 5 minutes, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of the people I never expected to responded like within the hour to me. And that, to me, that aspect has always been really crazy to me. You know, in tandem with going to events and getting to like see the people right there. Like, I don't know. I really like that. And I think that needs to be more. You know what I mean? Not just in the Pokemon community. I think that having people who are sort of these, so to speak, figureheads in the community need to be at the ground level way more. You know, we're not like A-list celebrities where if you go somewhere you're gonna get mobbed. I mean, some people are, but on the other hand, you know, it's really awesome to get into contact with the creator that you've been watching for so long, and you fanboy, and they're just like you and they talk to you, and it's really cool. So the number 1 for me is that a lot of the people that you think are these big content creators that are so far away from, bro, they're just like you. And the fact that a lot of them have openly demonstrated that aspect to me personally in my life, that has to be my number 1. Anyway, I'm sorry for maybe, I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm sorry if the positive version of this video is not as long as the negative version. Maybe that's an indicator of my mind state right now, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Did I skip any numbers? I don't think I did. I tried to read my notes as effectively as possible, but anyway, if you like this video, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up. I almost forgot what I was supposed to say. Don't forget to comment if you feel so inclined, and subscribe to get updates on all of my newest content drops. I'm trying so hard to do daily content. I really am. And the recent support, especially my view counts going up and all of you commenting and being active and retweets and all that stuff, it really, really does. I know everyone says this. Look at the size of my channel. For me, it's safe to say that it really does motivate me to make more videos and with more consistency. So I have a lot of stuff that I need to do. Number one, editing this video, and then number two, recording some other videos. So I have a backlog because I haven't been very disciplined recently. Anyway, you guys have been great. I have been the Danger Moss, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, that was a struggle. I probably should have written a script for this one.